you for today. Let's see. What's going on in your world? We'll find out. Okay. Interesting. We got a juicy story here, guys. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, Four of Cups in reverse. I see you kind of, either taking an offer or giving an offer. Let's see. Let's clarify it. Oh. The Chariot. Maybe it's like an offer to travel. Go somewhere different. Maybe it's an offer to move somewhere. Maybe it's an offer that requires you to move, switch jobs. Whatever the case is, there's movement. This guy doesn't even have shirt or shoes on. He's just like, we doing it. We going. I got my chariot, got these wild horses. I don't even think that they ain't even got shit strapped to them. What is pulling this carriage? I am so confused. You know, it's his willpower. His willpower is pulling the fucking carriage, apparently. I just realized there's nothing attached to these horses. That's fucking hilarious. I have never noticed that before. And I've studied the fuck out of these cards. Five of Wands in reverse. I see no conflict. Just kind of like you're out. You know, you're just like, done. Don't even want to fight about it. Page of Cups. Somebody may have caught your attention here, or you've caught their attention. The Page of Cups is the Lover's card, or the Lover card. You know, it's like somebody who roots for you, somebody who elevates you. So... And with that clarifying the Five of Wands in reverse, I feel like it's saying you'll have like no conflict within that connection. Whatever that means, we'll get deeper into that. But with the Tower, I do see something kind of coming apart here. What does that mean? What's coming apart? I think the Tower is kind of a good card. Yeah, you're done wasting your love on people. You're done feeling unappreciated with the Six of Wands in reverse. Strength. It takes you a lot of strength. Five of Swords. You have Five of Cups, Five of Swords, and Five of Wands now. You have 555 on the board, and that's all about like conflict and challenges, right? And I feel like it does require a lot of strength right now. With the Five of Swords in reverse, it's just kind of going back to that no conflict. Like, you don't want that shit. You're just kind of over it. You're just walking away with this Ten of Swords. You're like, I'm just not fucking fighting about this. Like, I feel the energy kind of like, as I'm reading it. Yeah, you just like walk away from something here. You're just like, I can't do this. Ten of Swords is like a feeling of being defeated. In most depictions, you'll see like a man laying on the ground with like 10 swords like dangling out of his back, you know? And it's kind of that energy of like, yeah, just feeling stabbed in the back and defeated. You don't even want to fight about this, right? With the Two of Wands, I see you choosing a new direction here. Right? Just kind of keeps coming to that. With the Hermit card, I also see you giving yourself time for introspection to really see what your soul is calling you to do. And it's kind of interesting because I feel like, you know what, let's just keep going. Yeah, King of Cups in reverse. It's like you don't have strong feelings for the situation or I'm just going to say it, the relationship or situationship that you were in that you're walking away from. That's what it feels like. I mean, this could be a job. Some jobs feel like relationships, but this really feels like you're walking away from a relationship and like something else has caught your attention here. Because it's like you're taking your love from one area and you're like redirecting it. You're just like, no wait. This, let's see, what is that? What caught your eye? Page of Cups. That's an interesting card. Let's see. With the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Three of Wands in reverse, it's like basically saying like you can't start something new with this person. You can't enter into a new love cycle until you have like gotten rid of whatever one you were in. It needs to be like done because like whatever this energy is, I feel like it's very like no bullshit energy. Like you want to come in correct, you know. I really feel that energy of like wanting to do it right. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like the energy of the person that you're letting go of, you feel like they emotionally let go of you a while ago. Temperance in reverse. Could have been a lot of heated arguments. Could have just felt like uncomfortable in this connection. Like it just wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't moving. It didn't feel authentic at all. Yeah, the Sun card came out in the reverse, but we typically don't read the Sun card in reverse, as it has no reverse meaning. So the Queen of Pentacles in reverse being clarified by the Sun card is like, could have been a Leo you were dealing with. But also it could be somebody letting go of something that they thought would bring them like all their abundance and prosperity. You know, like they kind of thought like they'd have it all. With the Temperance in reverse, like, yeah, you got pissed about that. You felt used. You felt manipulated. You felt like something just wasn't real. With the Four of Swords, I see you kind of making a truce within yourself and like really growing and developing yourself. I see this energy of wanting to heal and be better, you know? Like, I get this feeling that you want to know what it's like for somebody to be authentic with you, right? To show up actually just like you're a person. The High Priestess, I see this is very opposite of the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like somebody might be like guided towards you at this time. Because you're showing up in the masculine. I don't know, I just get this feeling that, you know, it's also very opposite of the King of Cups in reverse, you know. So I get this feeling that like this isn't that new energy, that Page of Cups energy. I feel like somebody's guided towards you at this time. Eight of Swords, they're way overthinking it too. They're like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Feeling kind of like trapped inside, like, what do I do? It's kind of funny. You guys have kind of similar energy. Nine of Cups. This person is already like very happy, very abundant, very like content with life as they have it. With the Nine of Wands, they also feel very guarded. They don't really let people in. This is like, and I think you kind of appreciate that about this person. Like, you're kind of like, I want something that not just anybody could have, right? And I feel like that's kind of what you see in this individual. With the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, this person, let's see, let me clarify it, because it looks like, let me see. Looks like they also had to let something go here. Yeah, dude, that's so crazy. It's like your lives are kind of mirrored. Um, it's funny. I almost feel like that twin flame vibe. With the Nine of Swords in reverse, I get this feeling of they also had to do a lot of healing. They also had to go through a similar thing. They also had to let go of something, the Hierophant. They're learning, they're growing, developing. Also, this is masculine energy, though, so I feel like this is kind of showing up as your energy, which is kind of hilarious because the Hierophant and the High Priestess are kind of counterparts. And so it's like, I see divine counterparts here. And it's like, I also get this, because the Hierophant is always like researching things and always kind of like a really strong leader, like somebody who's mastered their skills, like somebody who has everything kind of down to a science, I kind of get this feeling that you're observing the High Priestess, right? Like, as she's like being kind of like guided towards you, you're observing the High Priestess. Knight of Pentacles, I see an offer coming in or some sort of message. Let's talk about that. Something's coming in. And you know what's funny is, Pentacles can oftentimes be talked about as currency, but I see you as somebody who actually sees love as more valuable than currency, which is strange. Which is great. I mean, it's awesome. It's just very strange for a Hierophant, right? Because I don't see you as having trouble attaining wealth. It's just you're not all about that. Like, you're like, you want this like supernatural connection, and I feel like you're manifesting that in your life, right? You're pulling it to you. You're like fucking over here. Three of Swords. Somebody's heartbroken over this. Who's heartbroken? Probably the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, if we're being real. Because she's the only one I see not enjoying herself right now. Yeah, Six of Swords. They feel like they have to go off into the unknown by themselves. Page of Wands. They might still be trying to reach out and communicate, trying to work things out. Ten of Wands. You're like, hell no, goodbye. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This person probably doesn't work or probably doesn't have much going on for themselves. It's almost like they kind of just depended on you to take care of that for them. With the Hierophant, I see you as the opposite energy of that. Same with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is very self-sufficient, you know? So it's like, yeah, somebody's coming, like, it's just like that recent ex thing where they always try to come in, maybe we could fix this, da 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 da, you know, and you're just like, eh. Why would I do that? There's a high priestess here. Alright, so yeah, dude, you feel like the situation is already dead. The death card in reverse. You're in the rebirth. You're already, it's like you're over it. You're fine. It's like emotionally you don't really actually give that much of a fuck about this situation. It's so dead. You're just like ready to fucking run. Yeah, Three of Cups. I think, you know, seeking like counsel with your friends, getting some insight from them is like the best at this time. Like really getting in touch with people who have your back. With the Justice card, I see that this is fair. You know, it's fair that you walk away from this codependent energy that's just trying to like siphon the life out of you. They're not trying to grow with you. They're trying to have you grow so they don't have to, right? Whereas you're kind of looking at this high priestess like, oh, what? You know, you're like, look at that. Somebody who's growing. Somebody who wants to do that. Somebody who's like spiritually sound. Yeah, dude, it's like, I feel like you've kind of brought a, it's like you're vibrating so high, you just can't meet this old energy where that's at anymore. You don't vibe like that anymore. And I think when you're like around it and they're being all like low vibrational, like I feel like that really pulls you out. You're like really turned off by that, right? You're like, goodbye. You know, you're like, I wanted to enjoy my life. I did not want to sit here having to deal with this nonsense forever, you know? And I feel like at some point you're like questioning yourself and you're like, is this really just like what love is? Is it like just this? Just like fucking nonsense? Well, let's get a sneak peek. Say you break up with your ex, or see, I'm already calling it your ex. You break up with that person, and say you pursue the high priestess. Then what? What would happen for you then? Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is like the Knight of Truth, right? So like, I feel like this is kind of saying, if you spoke your truth about the fact that you've been eyeballing this high priestess, but then it's kind of showing what you have to overcome to get there. So let me break this down for you the way that I'm seeing it. Since right now it's not an option because of your current situation with the Emperor in reverse, you kind of just feel like at a standstill. You're like, what do? I can't like move forward with this. And that's where I think you're getting that divine intervention, right? That justice, that judgment. Because the judgment comes out and it's kind of like some divine intervention happens on your situation that allows you to communicate, right? That's how it would play out if you so choose that journey, right? Fate's kind of like that. You get a choice. And if you continue to emotionally disconnect from that and you continue observing this high priestess, this is inevitably what will happen on the path you're on. You'll end up wanting to open up discussion with this high priestess. We have divine counterparts, bro. King and Queen of Cups, both in the reverse, because you guys are mirroring each other perfectly. Like, it's fucking hilarious. You guys are mirroring each other in what you had to overcome. You guys are mirroring each other in your spiritual development. And you're also mirroring each other in this energy of trying to shut out anybody who comes at you with some nonsensical energy, right? This is this is fucking cute actually, right? And it tells me inevitably it would be your 10 of cups, right? This would be, and 10 is typically like the end of the road, right? And so I would say this is kind of something that would last. This is something that would be kind of that forever deal because this is your divine counterpart. I don't feel like you would start it out just right off the bat you're together because I feel like you guys have gone through so much, and I feel like because you guys are both so guarded against like love and commitment, you know, I feel like right now you guys are like, I'm just trying to be my best self. So how I think this is going to happen, because I do see you observing this person at this time and having love for them already. So what I see here is a friendship would develop, right? I see the energy of developing a friendship. And just kind of knowing in the back of your mind that this is kind of it. And I feel like it's weird because you actually like, I feel like you want to do it the right way with this energy. Like, you don't want to come at it like so fast or so, you know, whatever. Because for you, it's not just about sleeping with the high priestess, though I'm sure part of it is. I feel like you're attracted to that mind. You know, because I see you both as excellent thinkers. Right? I see you as powerful thinkers. And I kind of get this energy that, like, it's that light in her mind. You know, see how her third eye is, like, highlighted with that light? Like, look at the stairway to heaven. It's like that similar light, and he is like following the light there. I feel this deep interconnectedness. I don't even know if you guys realize how connected. You guys are vibrating on the same like channel. Okay, so think about it as like a radio frequency, right? And when you vibrate on the same frequency, like twin flames do, they're like right there always. What happens is like radios, you can kind of tap in. You know, you can kind of tap into that energy. When you match an energy, you can tap into their mind, into their mindset. It's what all the shaman do, you know. And I see you guys as a couple of shaman. So I see that this ability to connect that way is really, that's where you connect first, actually. That's where you connect first. I think the physical part would come after really fully, taking a tour down that rabbit hole of their mind. You know? Alright. So, let's see. What does the Oracle have to say? Any advice for you? Any messages you might need before we cut this out? Change is uncomfortable. It's not going to be easy, right? Nothing worth it ever is. But you have the release card, right? We've got to release the past. We've got to have a little funeral for it. Literally, like, I've had to have like a little funeral for my past relationships where I'm like, all right, I'm sending this shit off into the universe. Karmic shit's done. We ain't meeting again. We ain't doing this again. And I kind of, it's cool because I kind of see a similar vibe there. So just, release. Changing faces. And also, I never really noticed, but the full moon is out, right? And I don't know if you pay attention to lunar cycles, but I do. Like I'm some sort of centaur from fucking Harry Potter or something. But I don't know. Maybe keep an eye out for full moons. Shit gets shifty during full moons. Things get illuminated. The true nature about situations comes to light. And then that really brings in everything into perspective for you. I feel like the full moon, that's the best time to get your meditation in. If you think about it in terms of the moon, when the earth was being formed, like the moon collided into the earth. It was a dwarf planet. And it left a bunch of water and shit, that's like most of our oceans are actually because the moon deposited them to us. Kind of like sex, but on a larger scale, right? We're too small to see the elephant of the fact that these planets are celestial bodies and they do reproduce in certain ways. But let's talk about that on another episode. But basically, yeah, so the moon, after like it collided into the earth, it stayed in its orbit, right? And it continued rotating around the earth, and so it controls the tides, right? Well, we ourselves are made out of like, what, 70-80% water, And so I feel like the moon really controls a lot inside of us. That's why we respond to it like we do, and that's why I feel like a big part of us feels like we're not from here, right? We're not part of this world because we're actually offspring of a couple of worlds, probably more, and so like, our lunar energy within us is like, we need to go back home to outer space. We need to get there. Whereas our earth, our earth self, is kind of like, this is home. It's kind of nice. We should fix this, And it's like we always have that duality of the celestial in us, and and then the earthian in us, earthling in us. Changing faces, dude. I feel like you're going through a huge transformation. I feel like you're really coming full, like, into your full maturity. You're like, you probably started out like really young, really in your ego, really like, dude, same. But yeah, and it's like, I feel this energy of you just kind of like seeing what's actually important in life and being like, you know what? Maybe it's not all about image, and maybe it's not about how it looks. Maybe it's about how shit feels. Maybe I want something that feels nice, something that feels comfortable, something that feels eternal. Like sometimes that's not too much to ask for. A connection that feels eternal. Because that's ultimately what we want, right? When we find partners, we want that kind of romance where we're like, fucking Tristan and he's old, we're like, lifetimes we've spent together, and it's kind of like, I feel like you're really searching that out, and what's funny is that you're like pulling it into you. You're like drawing it in. Open doors, right? Through every change, through every transition, it's going to be uncomfortable. Like I said, there's going to be growing pains. That's why they call them growing pains. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be things that really test you. Really, they're like, oh, are you sure that's what you want? Because the universe is going to throw you every test, every distraction in your way to see if that's actually what you want. To see if you're actually willing to fight for what you want. If you're actually willing to go the distance and and attain it. I I just get this energy of just being a fucking warrior in your own right now. Restoring the balance within. I really like this reading. I feel like there's just so much transition here, so much growth, so much going on. And I just really see you earning it. Right? Through all these challenges, every obstacle you face, every hurdle to greatness, if you will. It's like it's all challenging you to get to this very single point in your life where you're like, you know what? I want what feels good. I want what feels understanding. I want what is open and nurturing and whatever. You know, it's like wanting authenticity after a lifetime of fake ass people, right? It's like you're just like craving it. You're like surrounded by fucking mannequins, right? That's like the equivalent of their fucking personality sometimes, right? It just feels like fucking mannequins. And you're like, where are the people? Where's the soul? Where's like the life? You know, I feel like for you that's like. And when you get too deep with certain people, it's like they don't know how to handle it because they're not hyper intelligent, you know, or they're just not focused on that aspect of life. And so you'll be on you're looking at deeper aspects and really asking the deeper questions, and they're like, why do you care? Let's get cheese fries. Like, you know, like, you know, and I don't know. I just get that feeling of like being misunderstood, like being kind of like shut out a little bit. Within your relationships, you know, just feeling not understood, feeling like there's just oceans of depths within you, and being just confined to the surface, you know. It's like being a fucking anglerfish surrounded by a bunch of goldfish, and they're all trying to hold you to this goldfish standard, and you're like, I'm a fucking anglerfish. What is happening? Right? You can't make a relationship with a goldfish last. You would die. Okay? Your eyes would pop out of their sockets. You would die. Don't do it. Your soul would die. Fuck, I feel it. Just that erosion. Ugh. You don't want that shit. You don't want to erode like that. You deserve to be happy. You deserve something that feels fulfilling. Something that feels like forever. And you'll have it. You'll have it. Okay? Alright. So, I wish you luck on your journeys. I know that's hard. Little word to the wise. Love like you've never loved before when you love again. Love like it's the first fucking time. Because whomever comes after all this, they're not at fault for whatever happened before. And if there are things that trigger you or remind you of your ex, that's something to communicate and to kind of like, you know, be rational about, rather than let those things trigger you continuously, you know. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just want to keep on talking, guys. Okay, you know what, guys? How about this? If you guys are watching till the end, I don't know, but I think I might go live today or tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. I think I might go live with you guys. I'll put on my Instagram and Facebook and all that shit. I'll put announcements about time and all that. Bring a joint. I feel like we should be token, right? Let's toke. I don't know. Let's do a live Q&A. I feel like I've been doing so many fucking readings. It would be nice to actually get to interact with you guys a little bit. Get a little back and forth. Let's talk. So yeah, put it in the comments if you think that's a good idea, or, even if you don't, I'll probably still do it and I'll just get drunk on the camera during the live, Probably what I'm gonna do. So yeah, keep your eyeballs out. I'll be here. Namaste. I love you guys. I'll catch you tomorrow.